Hey everybody, it's your boy King CJ in here in the building, and today I want to go ahead and start a video for you guys. I want this to be for all the new players, the day one players. I want to get hot right into this. Okay, so of course there's going to be new players that come to this game because it's Marvel, right? So what are some things that I recommend newer players to look out for? And I just want to keep them from falling into some traps, and also give them the rundown on that basis, right? So let's go ahead and get it started, everybody. All right, everybody. So first, starting out with the first tip that I want to give you guys is this game has 9 characters total. Building up a character in this game is going to require a lot of time, and it's going to require a lot of investment, rather if it's money, rather if it's your time. It's just, it's going to be expensive somewhere. So what I say by that is they're going to give you 9 slots. You're going to have 5 that is free. My best, before you guys figure out what your main character is going to be, because you just never know if they're going to be your playstyle. Like, you can love Captain America, you can play him, he's not your thing. My best suggestion is, with the first 5 slots that they give you guys, is maybe pick the first 5 characters that look interesting to you. Try out all 5 of those characters before you finally make one your main, right? Because you don't want to be stuck with a character that you put up and then at the end of the day he's not going to perform how you want him to. The best thing for you to do is unlock all the slots if you can. Play with every character if you can. Figure out which one you like. Figure out which one you're going to dig. And then you're also going to want to figure out a second one. Because at the end of the day, the way the game works is you make one character your main, and you're not going to be, this is like, you can't do other MMOs. Like I always say, this game is not really a MMO per se. It has some MMO features to it, but it's not really a MMO RPG. Like, it's not typical. So for your main character to get the most out of the story mode and things of that nature, you're going to need to build these other characters to get through the story mode, so you can funnel those rewards that the alts are going to give you to that one. So it's always going to be nice to have a main character, and then it's always going to be nice to have a backup main character. The backup main character is just someone that's going to hold you over to get through as well when your squad rank is low. And I would explain that, but again, we have other videos on the channel for that and other ones, so I'm not going to go too in deep with this. So rule number 1, figure out which character you like. Figure out how they feel to play to you. If you want to go look at a tier list to see what character is the best and you want to follow the meta, fine, do that. But just make sure you know which kind of character you are getting, so that way you don't waste your money, your time on it, just for at the end of the day you're going to realize, oh, I don't like this character, I should have played as such and such, right? Because that's the character that you played and you just loved it. Now, the second thing I want to try to tell you guys is, when you get into the game, try to find an alliance as quick as possible. I know that's going to be hard to do because you got to be squad rank level 30 to talk into the world chat, so you just never know. But however, thank God they did add a feature in here. You would get invited into a new alliance. That's all the way we call it. It'd just be called new alliance. You are more than welcome to leave that alliance at any time, and then you hit the recommended, and they will have alliances that are open. They will be open there, range from level 1 until whatever level it is, and they will have auto joins in there, so you can join at your own free will. My best advice for you guys is try to go for an alliance that may be level 12 or 13, around that area, because the alliance shop is fantastic. This is what the alliance shop brings you. It has highest gear. These are things that you're going to need for your squad. You have potential. You're going to need that for your character. Again, I will go more in depth into these things, but we already have videos on it and it's already out there. I just want to break down as simple as possible for the new characters in here, okay? So the alliance, this is pretty much all it's good for. This and cooperating on the mic if they have discords and things of those natures. Alliance aren't really used for much, but really just this store. Honestly, that's pretty much all they are. Also, some side things that you can do is you can come over here, and as you guys can see, we have stats that can definitely go up. I'm pretty sure, did they stop at 5? Yeah, they stopped. Yeah, they stop at 5. So again, these are just little small, minute changes to your characters if you want to. You don't have to, but they're there and they're nice to have if that makes sense. So that's another thing you can get from the Lions. Got it? Cool. All right. So another thing in this game is very very RNG dependent. You don't know what you're going to get from rewards. You don't know what you're going to get for boxes. Most of the rewards in this game are you work hard to get a box to get a chance at something. So you just, what I will say to you guys is don't get frustrated. We've all been frustrated. Eventually, you will get the right RNG. Eventually, the RNG won't suck as bad, and you don't have to worry about it as much. It happens. It's in these kind of games, and I know. Another thing that I want to tell you guys is this follows into why the RNG sucks in this game. So you want to build your costumes, right? There are going to be normal costumes, and there are going to be regional costumes. That's the only two that I'm going to say. No need to bring up anything else. Irregular ones, they just have these. It only increases the skill itself versus the regional where it increases the whole class. If you guys can see, you see class, skill, and then it just says skill level, like it's just skill. That's all it is. So in other MMOs, how we would work, I know some people are going to be coming from other MMOs and probably expecting this, so I just want to knock it out there for you guys. I have this X-Men uniform suit, right? If I get an X-Men uniform suit and just so happens it's the same color, it's not going to have accuracy rate on here. Because in other MMOs, if you have like literally the same name of the piece and it's the same color, it will literally have like the same stat, like just the same stat. That's all it would be. No, in this game, stats are completely RNG. Also, the uniform that you would get, aka when you come over here and customize your character, that too is also RNG because you just never know what you're going to get. You get each of these by rolling it up. When you roll up a regular costume, it can go from here and it can go all the way down here. Or you can probably get lucky, roll one, and you get the legendary. These are kind of like what you describe as the legendary epic looks of these said costumes. As you guys can see, it has more oomph to it. It's gold, glowing red. You look at this, it doesn't really have all that. It doesn't have that jazz to it that the last one have. That's basically how it is. But again, it's RNG. There's nothing that you can really do to go inside there and fix that. However, what you can do on the side is it's going to be very RNG dependent, like I said, to get your regional gear. Like I said, that you want that to be your end game to shoot for that regional gear. All set. The best thing I would say is maybe look at some guides, look at some character breakdowns, figure out what is the character's best regular uniform and what is the character's best regional outfit. Maybe focus on your normal first until you're able to get to the regional fully. But, however, I will say when you get your regular gear up to 5 stars, then maybe start, ranking up some regional pieces on the side that you think is going to fit better with the character. For an example, Xandarth or Hydra on Storm. If I was to start over, I would build on my 80s uniform, get it up to 5 stars, and then start building up my regional gear on the side, because you just never know when you're going to pull that last piece. And then at the right time, the best time, whatever you want to say it, you can finally use those pieces from your normal gear to at least get you 1 6-star for your regional gear. Or if you 6-starred your regular gear, however, I wouldn't really condone this actions, but let's say you roll up your you roll up your chest piece, and your chest piece gives you all attack, and you get no crit damage or crit rate. Maybe you can use those 4 pieces that you rolled up to 6 tiles already used to re-roll it. I don't think it can get any worse than that, but yeah, you never know. So, moving on to the next thing. I do hear this all the time, all the time. Specializations. Okay, specializations is a tricky one. Okay, you look at this board, it looks intimidating. You have a lot of things to focus on, but on the good side, like I said, this game is not in depth as in most MMORPGs. So basically, you really can just take a look at it and see what it's telling you, right? Even when I was first new, I can look at this and see what most of it meant, right? You can look at this sword and you can already tell its attack. You can look at that heart, already tell its HP. You can look at that shield over there, tell its defense, right? So that's basically how it is. You can just look at the picture and it will tell you. But however, this is where things get a little bit more tricky. You have these things we like to call passive traits. Now, each passive trait is different for each character. Again, this comes with you want to find out who your main character is. Maybe figure out what skills do you use the most. For me, I used her lightning skills more. That's why I have the lightning cloud on. You know, there probably is some storm players out there who uses her chill skills more, and they might use a deep freeze class. So it goes hand in hand with that. You just, look at other people's videos, like I said, figure out which ones will work better with what you set up, or if you want to go with the meta, look at other people's. They'll let you know. Most of the information out there is correct. So don't be afraid to look at some things. Now, let's go over to a mega cards. A mega cards, very easy to farm. I think this is probably one of the most free-to-play friendly systems in the game, besides if you want to go for PvP. But as far as PvE goes, dude, you can rock rare cards, man. So, and they're very easy to farm. Now, you only can get 2 a day, and it's going to be RNG, like I said, but they're fairly decent to grind out. And to get said card, just match it with the face. As you can see, we have the red skull head. We got 2 of the red skull heads. There's a world boss in there named Red Skull. You go knock him down. Vote Loki card. See Loki's head on it. Go knock it down. You see Thor. Who else is synonymous with Thor, my guys? That's correct. Loki. Go knock Loki down. So that's basically the 4x1 for that one. Okay. So now, this is another thing I want to bring out to you guys. You're gonna have entries. You're gonna have daily reward counts. It's going to be 5 for your blitzes, 1 for your raids, things of those natures. So you're always gonna have a time gate on your daily rewards. That's unfortunate. That's just how the game works. So to be the best, how do I want to say, efficient with your things. Because when you're playing the story mode, you're going to progress a lot faster than other MMOs. And that is one good thing that I can't say about this game. However, what that does is, what you want to do is, when you first hit your level 20, it's going to tell you to do the 1 mission for the blitz. But after that 1 mission, don't touch level 20 blitz again, at least until your reward count is over. Because by the end of the day, you can reach level 5. You can reach level 50 so easy. So, like, just save your entries, right? Save your entries until you're to that point where you just don't want to grind no more, or you feel like you probably hit that wall due to your squad rank, and you don't feel like, working on other characters. Then yeah, go ahead and do your entries. Wherever it leaves you off, that's just where it leaves you off. But if you're hop into this game and you're enjoying this game and you feel like you're going to be in this game for 8 hours, 6 hours, whatever the case may be, save your entries. Save your entries until you get to that point where you're done. So that way, now you come in here, you only did your one blitz run at level 20, and now you get to level 60 or 50. Now you have 4 tries to get a better badge at 50 or 60. Versus you do all 5 of your runs at 20, but then you get to 50 or 60, but now you still have to rock level 20 badges, and you're going to feel underpowered. That's the best thing that I could tell you guys. That's for every other thing in this game. Like I said, you have raids, you got your level 1s and 2s. If you feel like you can get to level 85, that time you got to level 70, don't do it. Just go ahead, grind your way to 85 so you can get these extra materials and run it. Save it. Like I said, man, that's the best option that helped me out, and that's what I feel like is gonna help you out. And for the last final thing is, always get asked what to do with your crystals. This right here is a very complicated answer. Although it's nice to tell people to save their crystals, I am gonna break the mold here. I think there's two things you can do with your crystals. The first thing is save up your crystals and purchase the character slots. I say that because you have these challenges, and these challenges every time you hit a milestone in these said challenges, you're going to get the crystals back. So if you pay your 400 crystals, you're going to easily get you're going to easily get these crystals back, and then you also get the crystals from your collections. You can just get so many 1-star gear, just drop it on there and get 2 stars. So you're going to easily get the crystals back. However, if you're not doing that, I would highly, highly recommend possibly maybe do some draws. Now, I'm not saying let's do straight up draws. I will, however, say, if there is some, some deals that's out there, you got the 1K crystals for the 10 draws and things of those natures, then yes, go ahead and buy those. Because the way this game is set up, regional gear is not going to fall in your gear. It's not going to fall on you. It's not going to fall in your inventory. You're going to have to go out there and get it. Usually I would say, oh yeah, these things are a grind. You can just go ahead and get them. No, in this game, you don't just go out and get regional gear. Hell, you can't even really grind for regional gear as per se because it's all RNG. You have to craft it, and the craft rates on this game is abysmal. So you just never know where you're going to get it. So to circumvent all that RNG, it's probably going to be a lot easier for go ahead to spend your crystals on the openings. Push up some of that time if possible. I did it when I was newer. Now back at that time, I felt a little bit more stupid. But now we had this new system come out called the transmutation. And now what it has allowed me to do is, now that I have all these pieces, and I can use it from different characters, it has allowed me to build different characters. As you can see, I got my Spider-Man up. I got my regional, my Captain America. My Iron Man is close to 1 million. Got my Star-Lord to 500K. Black Widow usually is 500K. I think I just took some things off of her because I don't know. I don't know why I did that, but yeah, that is the end of the video. If you feel like maybe I should have touched on something else as a new player, as a day one player, you let me know, man. I just wanted to break this down. I didn't go into depth with things because most of the things that I could have went in depth with, I've already went in depth in other videos, and there's other YouTubes with other videos as well. So just wanted to keep this short and light. So leave a comment down below if this is able to help you out, and peace out.